Hello and thank you for joining the channel. This is GoldCMC and I very much appreciate you being here. And in this episode I will show you how I built this epic Gothic cathedral. The meadow biome I will be building the cathedral on is already quite pretty on its own, but to prepare it some terraforming is needed. Yippee! Huh? Ah, poor bunny, rip. This church is built on an ancient hill, which had been a burial site for millennia. This colossal structure was built to close off miles and miles of catacombs laying beneath. With so much death and despair bursting from those caverns, who knows where the spirits will linger. Disease, casualties of war, hangings and treason, covered by a Gothic structure that is now seen as a peaceful place and a beacon of hope and rest. Will this be seen as such for times to come? Who's to say? There's quite a huge cavern in the middle. I think I will fill it up with water and make a nice lake out of it. I hope I'm not the only one that thinks this looks absolutely satisfying. The entire area prepared, terraformed and all, with the lake in the middle. On the very flat section you can see exactly where the cathedral will go. I got some chests filled with the remains of the terraforming. I also have some resources ready here already to get started. It's nowhere near enough though. Let's first make an outline of the build. These will be the foundations that will hold up the entire building. I'd like to start off with just putting in the basic walls and afterwards add the details on top of it. Finishing off with the floor, which I made out of spruce wood. I may change it later, but seeing as how long this actually takes, I really tend to underestimate how big this actually is. Coming in flying over the lake, the base layer is completely done. This is a good foundation to start building up from. Let's get to building the very first pillars. These pillars are made out of plain stone, but I will later add a lot of detail of course to make it really Gothic. That kinda looks like a smiley. Those are the first pillars in and now all detailed as well. This already shows some of the Gothic add-ons the church will host. In these gaps, some huge Gothic stained glass windows will be placed, and in the middle a huge circular end on the bottom and up top. That is the first wall section with the stained glass in. I hope the design is okay, because there's about 50 more to come. Getting up close, the build already starts to look very imposing, hence why I built it in a place further away from my city and make it its own area. I tried to build scale models of a city next to it in my creative world, and it was completely towering over, which looked a bit ridiculous. It's always important to check if the build will fit in the area you will place it in. Good progress is being made. All the wall sections on the back are in. I also added some spires to the pillars for some extra detail. So when I was designing this build in creative, I saw that in the schematic something weird was happening. How on earth does this even happen?
What the hell is even that?
Now I did already build a church in this world, however it's quite small and this next one will be much bigger. Still worth a watch though. This build is inspired by the many Gothic cathedrals around the world, mainly by Notre-Dame. In these open sections the roof will go in. And just like that, it's already done. The back end of the church is in. Now let's get to the second quarter of the build. This will extend a bit further into the sky and will host 2 entrances on each side.
Creeper. Oh man.
And gotcha! keep improving the channel, I would love your feedback. Please let me know what you'd like to see and if you prefer more speaking or music in the videos, or if there's already good mix of the two. And that is the second quarter done. As you can see, here are the entrances, which I left closed for now, and I will only leave the entrance on the front open. Let's speed this building along a bit. There's still quite a bit to go, and I seem to overscale these things quite a bit, but the entrance hall will be stunning, so make sure to stick around for the beauty shots afterward. And that makes an absolutely huge difference. Just adding this straight middle part really brings us closer to the end result. I think you can really clearly see the design that's coming in. Now of course this is all ending on a roof with one level height. This will not stay that way. The two front towers will tower over everything, just like in the design with the Notre-Dame. The interior has not yet been made. I think that is best done in an interior detailing episode, together with the inside of the palace I built in the very first episode of this series, if anyone would like to see that. And there it is, the full cathedral done. Now it does seem a bit out of place still, even though it's absolutely picturesque. The last finishing touches will be the guarding surrounding. As you can see, I'm planting a very dense forest consisting of oak and spruce trees. There will be a path leading through it and of course a lot of gravestones. Also, I think I will add a big dead tree in the middle of the lake with some hanging lanterns from it. And with a little plaza up front, I think this build will be completed. And that is the entire build done. This took quite a few weeks to complete, but the end result is definitely there. Please let me know what you thought of this episode and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.